Coach Romero, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
First, we'll start off with your general thoughts and comments about today's game.
Pretty happy. We really wanted to come out and put a series together where we, played well in both games, and that was our focus for today. The game plan was basic. Let's roll our lines, let's get it in deep, let's work them. I think we did a very good job with that. All the lines did a fantastic job. Nicole played a great game in goal. We tried to give it away late there, but the hockey gods are with us the last 6-second goal, so that was a good victory for us.
One of the things that you talked about before is consistency. It looked like through yesterday's game and today's as well, things were more consistent. The power play seemed to be working. The breakout, everything kind of just seemed to be clicking this weekend.
Yeah, and like I touched on yesterday a little bit, is that we did have a short practice week, but we focused on a lot of things that we identified that we needed to work on, and the girls did a great job with not only working hard in the practice, but bringing it to the game too. So I think a lot of our defensive zone coverage was a lot better, making sure that we're getting that puck out of our zone versus the unforced turnovers. That has hurt us bad in the past, and I think they did a great job.
Another thing it looks like the defense did really well is limiting second chance opportunities. They cleared the puck away from the slot area out in front of Hensley.
Yeah, and the big thing with Nicole in her game is rebound control. She's very good with that. She absorbs the shots, and it allows the D to box out and take care of their players versus trying to find a loose puck. So she did good. The defense really stepped up today and limited the second and third chances. So we got the puck out of the danger zone quite a bit better than we have in the past, for sure.
And the power play seemed to be working today. They had a lot of good communication, a lot of good cross-ice passing and movement on the power play. Does that momentum carry into the future, the rest of the regular season? I
think so. We keep fine-tuning it. Today we made a minor adjustment on the gold power play. We kept that the same with Katie Erickson quarterbacking that with her shot on the point. But on the black unit, we went ahead and moved Alyssa West back up front, put Brett back on the point there, and we had shooters, on the right hand, on the right side of the ice. And I think we'll keep that like it is, because I like the puck movement and the communication.
And what are some of the thoughts and some of the expectations for the rest of the regular season going into the postseason?
I think we carry this momentum. The girls are excited. Again, putting that back-to-back games where we were in both games and we competed. We took 3 or 4 points this weekend. I think we got to carry that in the next weekend at Penn State. Another, really good team, good depth. We're going to be in their barn. So we take that momentum when we continue to build. We're not satisfied by no means, but now we got some momentum, and we got to work hard this week in practice, take the long trip out east, and hopefully continue to our compete level for sure.
And anything else you want to say about today's game or the weekend?
No, great weekend. Yesterday, again, that Pink the Rink was fantastic. I think the girls were still excited about that, and that kind of carried over. A little bit smaller crowd today. I know the men's basketball team has a sellout for Sterling, the young man that was injured on our football team, and I hear that's just a packed stadium today, so that's a great fundraiser down there. So once again, it just speaks volume of the Lindenwood family and coming together and giving back. So just a good weekend all around for Lindenwood.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, and have a safe road trip.
Thank you.
We're here with Lindsay Kirkham and Allison Wickenheiser after the big win versus RIT this afternoon. Ladies, thanks for joining us. And why don't we get your general thoughts and comments about the game?
Wick? I think that we played a full 60 minutes. Obviously, there are mistakes made. They were able to capitalize on some of those, but I think that this was a series that went really well.
I think we just really battled through. There were a couple questionable calls, but we just kept going.
Supported each other, stayed positive.
There was a lot of emotions and energy with last night's game. Did that carry over into today's game as well?
I think we know not to dwell on the past, but learn from the mistakes and move forward. And I think that's what we did today. We came out with intensity, and we wanted to prove to ourselves that, we're definitely big competitors in the CHA. And I think today that we put a spotlight on the team, and we may not be the favorites, but we can go around and kind of mess things up and make things questionable within the points and all that. But I don't think we dwelled on it. We just learned from yesterday, stayed positive, and kept pushing.
And how was it? RIT, they're also a new member of the conference, but they were a powerhouse in Division III. How was it to be playing well and also beating them at pretty much a well-known program like RIT?
It feels pretty good. I mean, any win feels great, but especially because they're known as a big powerhouse.
You had a really big game today, and you had a penalty shot and then a couple goals as well. So why don't you talk about those opportunities today?
Well, when I was taking the penalty shot after I fell, I realized I probably should have shot it, and I think I knew from then on, just rip shots on her. She was kind of deep in her net, and then going into the second and third periods, I knew not to take that with me, just learn from it and move forward. And the positivity in the locker room kind of helped move me past that. And then the first goal, I guess, was a good pass from Chelsea, just getting it to me, and there was a scramble in front of the net. Goalie was down, and I just put it on the net, and it went in. It was a good little setup. And then the second goal, Westy just did all the work and then threw it over to me, and I was able to put it in. But she definitely deserves credit because she worked really hard to get it down and across to me.
And then, Lindsay, you scored back-to-back goals. I think Allison had the first one, and then less than a minute later you had another power play goal. So talk about yours today.
I just got a good hard dump into the corner, and then Brody was able to tie her up. And my dad had actually told me yesterday that I need to go hard to the net with the puck. And I looked up and I saw the lane. I just drove it to the net.
And the special teams were pretty important for both teams. The power play was really clicking, but you also had some really good blocks and plays on the defensive end. So talk about those today.
I think as a team we need to start blocking more shots, so I was just trying to get into the lanes as best as I could. Managed to block a couple.
Anything else you want to say about today's game? You guys go on the road next week, but then are back home for the final homestand. So maybe what would you say to the fans to come out and get them out here?
Well, first, I just want to say that I know we're here getting, I guess, a little bit of credit for today's game, but we have to give a big pat on the back to Nicole Hensley because she had a phenomenal series, and none of this, what we did or anyone else that scored, none of that would have been possible without her keeping us in these games. But for the fans, I'd say just keep supporting us because it really means a lot. Yesterday was huge, knowing how many people within the St. Louis community support us, and we thrive off of that and want to do well for each other, and that too. So just keep supporting us, and we'll try to pick up a few more wins.
Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Congratulations on the win, and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you.